Okay, welcome everyone back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Wren from A to Z Crafty Crafters. This is challenge 5 we had in JJ's paper, beads and buddies and more. The link to that group will be down in the description box. Also, we ran it in another group, which was Vonnie's creative designs, but I can't leave a link with that, but I will write her her Facebook page there, and you just go searching for it. Otherwise, if you join up with my Facebook, I always tell the ladies to go over and join Vonnie's if they haven't done so, because it helps her along also. So, and I asked Bonnie what did she want to do, because it was her turn to pick a challenge, and she said a brown paper bag, paint a brown paper bag. So I've painted a brown paper bag and I marked it all out. This is just left over from what I was doing. I'll make a bracelet and a pair of earrings out of that one. I scanned it in the computer and I printed it out for another project, which I'm going to share with you, and that's it there. It printed out really well. I do put the freebies up if I'm painting them or whatever. I put the freebies up for whoever would like to use them if they haven't got the items to do a page or whatever. The simple reason is I like to have people involved in our challenges. They're not a swap, they're just a challenge. So that's another project one there. So getting back to this one, this is what I made out of this. And I turned it around, get it all from back to front, turn it around. And this is my necklace that I made, my piece of jewellery I made from that. I just think it's beautiful. And then I didn't have anything to go with, so I used amber gemstones, and I thought that pretty well toned in because it's very much colours with the paper, as you can see. So I'm going to show you that one. But this is the paper I'm using today to do this. I thought I'd give that a go. I've just got some strands of paper cut ready to go, so I'll put them out of the road. I'll put that one aside and I'll talk about the other one. And then this one I used from this paper. Okay. So today I'm going to show you how I made the vocal point. So we're doing two projects in the one video. And I use that one. But today I'm going to use this one. The paper that I did the first necklace with. Just to change it around a bit. So. And one of the girls had printed out because she had trouble getting some of the stuff, and I don't mind sharing, so I had said to her that I've uploaded the things. They're quite welcome to print them out and use them. Only thing is they don't sell the prints. The prints belong to me, but they can sell what they make from the prints. So, now that said, I'm going to move that aside. The things you will need will be your paper rollers. I've got two sizes I'm going to use. I'm going to use wire. That's the makes my little round ring, jump ring, because I haven't got a jump ring that size. A ruler, a bowl folder, come back, Australia. a bone folder. Good Lord, age factor. And glue, so that's what you'll need with that. I had used UV gel with mine, so you can use that or whatever you're going to glaze your project with. So I have already marked this out. I've marked them, let me see, 1.5 centimeters right across the width of my page to the full length. So I marked it and ruled it all out. That's the full length of my paper. This one was just scanned and photocopied in, that's why it's white, it's not brown. Once I've marked all that out, and then don't cut it out, because what we're going to do, we're going to measure up on the bottom 3 centimeters from there to there, right? And I just held my ruler, I just put 2 little pencil lines there, and then I fold it up, run my finger down along it like that, and fold it down and use my bone folder. So you only fold it the once, measuring by once. So then I turned it over, but to turn it over I put my ruler right on the edge, and then I went the back, and then I slid it across with my nail to make a fold. So then I turned it over, then I marked it all out with my bone folder, yep, that's him. And then once again I did the same thing, keeping my edges right along, and I just kept them going until I got right to the edge, and it just brought it in really nice. If it's too long, just trim it off, but mine sort of just come in, I don't think it's hanging, a tiny little bit there. I need to trim that tiny little bit off, it's just a tiny little bit hanging over. That's it. So I'll make sure that's all down folded like that, and then I unwrap it like that. So once again we've got 1.5 centimeters across. We've measured up, put a line on each end of our side of our paper. We folded it over, made sure it was pressed down, and just folded it, make sure it's pressed down, fold it again like that. So then I cut it out. And also I forgot to tell you, you need a knitting needle or a skewer stick, and I'm going to use a skewer stick. So I put the bottom, I should have put the top up there, because I'm going to go down here. I just put a mark where at the top part, so that you know you're not going to be fold there, otherwise it won't meet up, it's going to fold like that. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it like that, put my meat skewer or my knitting needle in there, making sure I have it all level along the sides, press down, mark, and then I'm just going to get some glue and run some glue. Keep in mind, don't go up too far, because otherwise your paper is going to stick to your knitting needle or your toothpick or your meat skewer, whatever item you're using. So I'm just going to press it down, make sure I have it there. Just 2 secs, I'll get a paper towel. Just had to get a paper towel to make sure that I'm... So then I'll add more glue once I've got that down. Just run it right along, like so. Then I get it again and I fold it up, like that. Press it down. Make sure your sides are all still level. And then you keep rotating that right along. And your folds will meet exactly to where the other fold line is. Keeping it all level. Making sure you squeeze the excess glue out. It's hard to use it on this because it's a bit soft. Once again. Run my glue down. Keep pressing it, make sure all the sides are lined up. Then, oops, not make sure it's all lined up, and then bring your paper back down. Press it down. Then we have one bead made. Trim that little bit off there. A bit of white showing there. So there's a little bit of white showing, just trim it off. And there's our number one bead. Okay, the next one, we'll do the same thing. Oops. Got to mark my bead first. Add my glue. Make sure I got it squeezed out. Run my glue down. Making sure I keep all my sides level. and my beads should all be the same length by the time we're finished. Well, I'm hoping they'll be the same length. They worked out yesterday, or not yesterday, through the week when I was doing it. All worked out pretty even, so let's hope. You just keep repeating the process. I'm just going to put my glue right along. Okay, my glue down. And I'll press it down. So that's number 2 bead. So you just keep on going across in that process until you've got all your beads done. We'll do one more. Okay. No. Making sure I have my bead down. Mark it. Then I shall add glue. Make sure my sides are all level. And I fold it up. Making sure all my sides are the same. I have a bit of white showing there, but if it's still showing by the time I'm finished, I will just trim it off. Because when you're cutting paper out yourself, it's not sort of exact as it would be if you were doing it with a Cricut. Make sure it's all level. So I cannot cut straight to save myself. At least they're all original. All done by hand. You may never get another one the same. So I just fold it over like that. Make sure my glue It's all spread out. Make sure it's all level. Okay, that's the third one. So you just keep repeating all that until you get, if you want to do the whole thing, like have necklaces with the beads all the way round, that'll be fine. I thought of doing that, but I sort of changed my mind and just went at the so there we go there, those ones. So now I'll change over to the focal point one, this one. Okay, that bead there, I did it, I cut 2 strips at 2 centimeters to a peak. It's the full length of my paper. So these, all these little pieces here, they're 1 centimeter on the bottom down to a peak. So they're 1 centimeter there, right down to a little peak. So that's that one there. And that's these ones here. They're all 1 centimeter. And in between I've got white freshwater pearls. So then this one is my 2, and these are 2 centimeters. So they're cut 2 centimeters. So I'm just going to pick, might go this one, I think. I'm putting them both together. Then I'm going to roll them, and I might use a bigger roller. Don't ask me the size of the roller. I'm not sure. I did go online where they had them for the sizes down and with the colours on the bottom, but I'll check that out and I'll put the size in the thing. I do have them marked out. I'll just check. I thought it might have been in my roller container, but it's not. I had them all written down. But anyway, I'll check it out again, measure them out again, and put the size down the bottom. I think it's one of those, when you buy them, you can get them off Etsy, and I think it's a second size. I'll check that out on Etsy anyway, because I coloured the ends to their colour, so I knew what colour. So I've got 2 together. I'm just going to make sure I keep everything in together and keeping it centered. So that I don't have any white lining. If I had brown felt pen, I would have run down the sides with a felt pen, but you're not going to see the white anyway. So if you keep them pretty well centered and even, you won't get the white showing through. Oops, I forgot one little project. Okay, I have to leave that one. I needed to make, I forgot about the wire, so I had the wire, my ring. Golly gosh, I need something to make a Nico pen to make my ring. Okay, I have got a Nico pen, but I'm going to use a roller that the handle that I've made. This is for my Pandora beads, style beads. So I'm just going to run it around twice. Making sure so sorry about that. I had to pause it to go and get a hammer. And they're very unorganized today. It's like, hello. So I'm just tapping it around so that I can keep it in shape. And I'll cut it off. I'm sort of just overlapping it a little bit because I want it to overlap a tiny little bit. So there's my ring. So I'll have to redo this again now because I got off track. Then back up again so I'm level. Start again. It's not, I've got a little bit off track. So I'm just rewinding it because I got a little bit off track there. I want it to keep all one thing, so I'm not going to have any white coming through. If I can help it. So at this stage I'm going to add my ring on. I'm putting my jump ring. So I'm holding it tight, making sure I've got the joins in underneath there. So I'm just going to make sure my joins are in there. Mind you really need a couple of extra hands. Go back underneath there. You need to stay there. You need to get it to stay underneath. So I'm going to feed it back through the opening there. Whoops. Feed it back through the opening there. Grab it. Bring it around. Holding my finger firm. Putting it back through the loop. And roll it around. And at this stage I will glue it. And there we go. So I'm just going to make sure I put plenty of glue around this to give it the strength. Sorry. so it doesn't come undone on me or tear on me. So there we go. So there's our main focal point there. So I'm going to slide that off. I need to bring my tweezer out to do that, but anyway, I've got another one there. My knitting needle. So there's our ring for our focal point. So I'm just going to put that on there for it to dry. Now the rest of the beads here are all done with one bead. So we'll go for the long one first. So this one here, and this is the long one. This is the next one, and this is the center one. So we're going to go like that, like that. So I'll do the long one first, and I'm going to use the smallest of the bead of the roller, because I do not have a what do you call it, a head pin to go through. So I'm going to make them, and I'll show you how I make mine. And I'll have a knot. As you can see, I have a knot in the bottom of it. I'll start it going by using this to curl it, the bigger one to curl it. Then I'll go back to the other end, the opposite side, and do the same one again. And I'll do that a couple of times. And this just gives it a nice even roll at both ends, because the roll is not long enough to go through. And as you see, it sort of rolls really even. So now I'll go to my small one. Start rolling it. Keeping it centered. Oh no, sorry, I don't need it centered, do I? I need it flat. Oopsie doopsies. Mistake, me. I need it into a cone shape, so go back, start again. So I've got to keep it even to the bottom. Keep it straight on the bottom, because we're making a cone shape. add some glue. Keeping it level on the bottom. And I'm going to slide that off. And to get it level, I need to push it down so I'll have it nice and straight on the bottom like that. Okay. And where it's got that tiny little lip thing at the top there, I just snip that off. Where it's just all nice and even like that. And then I'll cover that up with I haven't got brown. Oh, I might have a bit of that'll do. I've got some paint. I remember I used this paint on it when I was doing it, so I'll just paint that on the bottom. So there we go. And it's got a like a brassy sort of look through it, so that'll tone in with it. I remember I used that in it when I was painting it. So I'll set that aside. That's the big one done. Now we'll do the next two. So the big one was I'll show you this. The big one was 5 centimeters wide at the bottom, and the next one I'll be using will be 3.5 centimeters at the bottom, and they're cut in a strip, and I've also got them to the point too. So I know when I cut them I should have sort of made it flat on one and then bring it down to a slope, but I didn't do that. So once again I'll roll it and then I'll go back and change it again on the other side. There's not much of a leftover on this one, so it's going to be a little bit easier to roll. I'll go back. And why I was rubbing it down like that is preparing your paper. It makes the rolling a lot easier. So once again I'm going to keep it level to the bottom. I'll put the measurements at the bottom. And when you're measuring them, just do it as a triangle. I'll grab another piece of paper in a second to show you what I mean by using it as a triangle. I just cut a long length of piece, in which I didn't do that when I was cutting these last night. I'm going to slide that off. Look at the bottom, tap it down so it's nice and level, and then once again I'll just use the bronze paint like I did there, and do the bottom of that. So we'll go to the next one, which is the same size. It's 3.5 at the bottom, so I'm just going to I'll change it over. And then I'll roll it. Keeping it level at the bottom, or trying to keep it level at the bottom. Slide that off. I'll tap it down and make sure I'm flat. I'll snip that off so that I'm nice and straight. And I didn't do that one. So that's those two done. Now I'll do the next size. And the next one is 2.5 centimeters. And it sort of slides on pretty easy. I don't have to worry much about any hangover, so I'm just keeping it once again level to the bottom. Do your best to keep it there. It doesn't really matter if it goes a little bit off, because you can push it down and bang it down to a level when you finish rolling it. But do your best to keep it pretty well level as much as you can. So I'll slide that one off. Once again, push it down, tap it down. That you have it nice and level at the bottom. Just do a little trim, tiny little one. Squeeze it back into shape. Do the last one. keeping it once again level as you can. And they look like little Christmas trees. Okay, so I'll slide that one off. Make sure I put it level. Yep. Snip that little tiniest little piece off the top just to make it so there's our they'll go the other way, sorry, I got that way. It's the way they're going to go. That way, that way. And that's the way that they will hang on your ring, because your ring will go in there. Okay, your ring will go there. So now I'll show you how I did my, get rid of this stuff out of the road, how I did my wires. So I need a pair of pliers. I sort of just roughly measured my wire. So I need enough so that you're going to make your little loop at the top, but I want to make a knot, so I'll come down to a little bit down there, and I'm going to bring it around close as I can to there, bring it up through there. Okay, keep bringing it through. Make it around so I could get my thing through. Pull it tight, pull it rather tight, and then I just fold it over like that. So I've had my knot like that. I might come through a little bit more. So I bring that one down where it will look like this. Like that. Then I will cut a little bit off here, because I'll feed that back up through my bead. I'm just squashing it down tight, bringing it over like so. To make my pin. So then I've got my homemade pin, my head pin. So when I put it in, it's the long one, so I'll slide that other little piece of wire in there also, and it will look like that. Okay, and then I've got enough there to make my little loop on top. So we'll do another one. Once again, I'll put it through. It's there. It'll come about there because I'm going to knot it, so I go a couple of centimeters longer because I really want to make it so it'll fit. So I just keep moving it around until I get it enough, so like that. So then I'll grab my pliers and then I'll pull. I've got my knot like so. Then I twist it back around. Just keep working it until you're happy to where it's sitting. I'll just pull that wire out so I don't get it mixed up and cut the wrong piece. Just cut a couple of centimeters up, and then you put it through, feed that other little extra piece in there also, and then you've got your another head pin made. Okay, so just when you're cutting, you make sure you leave plenty of wire for your to make your little loop, and you add an extra 2 centimeters to the bottom is to make your little knot. And remember that the piece that's not as so long on your wire, like it looks like this, that you move that piece there away out of the road and snip it off from your coil of wire there. So there we've got our 2 head pins made. And then I'll just roll a couple of the little tiny ones before I finish off. Again, I'm just using a little small, and that's my small roller. My small roller, where are you? There we go. I'm just going to do a couple little small 1 centimeter bead. I'm just holding that there a little bit to, sorry, at the same time I got a phone call I had to answer. So that one there, I'm just going to slide it off. That's a little tiny, one little tiny bead. I'll do one more, roll one more. And when they're glazed, they just come up so beautiful. I'm just really happy. how they turned out. They were just really nice. Okay, so there's my second little bead. They're only quite tiny. My tweeze, I just had that. Did I slide off my finger? No. So there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as what I did, of showing you how I went about doing my jewelry pieces. I think they turned out quite cool. And I'll go up that way. Hook onto there. And then my little beads, and they'll have little beads go in the center. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and press that bell, which will let you know then that when I'm putting another video up. And if you like the video, please press like and leave a comment. I enjoy doing this. It's a nice stress release thing for me. So it's really good. It's very addictive. Paper beading making is. So I'll leave all the things in the description, and please feel free to pop over and check out the Facebook group. You're quite welcome to join. So God bless. Please stay safe and have a lovely weekend. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.